Ooh, automatic. Ooh. Boom, 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 boom. Late night class. Late night class. Where would you rather be? Hey, Bridget, where would you rather be hanging out with your boy? I had to come on. You know, I had to come. Huh? I'm gonna have in the morning. Hopefully, I'm gonna have the first day of our carnival cruise ready. I just cannot believe it's taking so long to edit this crap. Took me forever. I gotta be right back. Good night. Hey, good evening. Great evening. I'm honored to be here. Wow, people are really here. I would like to go. Can somebody tell me if anything's going on in Tidewater tonight? I would like to go somewhere tonight. If I may, I like to go dancing. I like to go dancing somewhere if I can. I'm just chiming on real quick. Round up, fam. Why am I doing this? I'm chiming on real quick because I got two calls tonight. First one was from a realtor. She's like, she heard about subject class family. If you're just joining me, if you don't know me, my name is Chris Haskins. I am a real estate investor, entrepreneur. My mission statement is to raise your financial literacy through real estate investing and entrepreneurship. I wish I could just take my brain and put it in yours for real estate and internet marketing. Good God, man, this thing is just going. I mean, as I'm, what are you doing? Who is that? Who is that? Is that you, Bubba? As I'm 43 years old, sometimes God, I wish I could get, I know, man, we can't get a minute back, a second back. But I think about what I know now. I wish I would have just implemented this stuff back in 2010. I wouldn't even be here. I'd probably be in Florida on an island somewhere, taking, like, my goal is to take a 30-day cruise, to be frankly. I'm just like,
Am I here?
what about a 30-day cruise, Bubba? You want to do one of those? Hey, you can get right here.
Yeah. I want to
You
do
can
a
get right there.
30 day.
Yeah, we probably do a 10-day over the summer. Come on, hop up here. You can get up there. Go ahead. Right there. What's wrong? What are you acting crazy tonight? Class, I'm gonna go real. Well, what happened was, round up. I got two calls today, right? First one was, well, emails. I'm trying not to put my phone out in the world. First one was from a realtor. I don't know what city she was in. She was like, I just found out about subject to, and I just want to know, where do I get these documents from? And I'm like, okay, just listen, reading her email, and she goes, well, I think it can be done, but I just don't know what documents to use. And I'm a realtor. And I'm like, wow, finally a realtor that is finally getting it, finally understanding the unconventional, the other say. You see, the thing is, class, realtors and investors, we're identical. We're like identical twins, but we walk down different paths. So I was happy to get that from the realtor. Not a realtor that would want to look at the unconventional side of investing. What you doing? Taylor, you don't know what you're doing? These kids crazy. Anybody want y'all crazy. You don't know how good you got it. Good evening, Daniel. Good evening, Daniel, my boy Daniel. What you doing? Oh, yeah, fruit only. Fruit only. No more sugar and flour. I'm done with that. You can have some noodles though. It's rice. Class, I got another call. A gentleman wanted to know if subject to was legal in his state. So I'm just want to break down real quick. This is gonna be I'm gonna break it down tonight. I don't want to really get too methodical or too deep today. I just want to show you how we buy houses. We buy properties, right? Some of you might already know a lot of this stuff, but this is for the people that don't understand. We don't go to the bank and qualify for loans. And another gentleman wanted to know, he wanted to know if he took title in a trust, wouldn't the seller still be able to come back and kind of take the house back if it's in a trust? And I'm gonna go into that real quick too. Let's do a brief one tonight. We buy houses, right? We buy them. We take over existing debt. That's how we buy, right? Because we don't want to buy like we sell. You don't, well, you can, but you don't want to buy like you sell, because I try not to. We buy subject to. All right, Morgan, now you tripping. You can't even see the board. I'm getting ready to start right over here. You don't want to watch the movie? These kids fool. I'm going to see the Avengers. You already got the tickets and they don't even want to. We buy subject to. We take over the existing financing class. All right. But we sell, everybody but Texas, we sell. I saw this TED talk where you can do everything in triangles, squares, and circles. And it really does work. Triangle, square, circle. You can almost do anything with those three. What we sell on lease option or contract. I'm sorry, land contract. The class, this is just some tools. You gotta know this stuff. You just, I mean, you have to. This stuff, how can I say? This stuff is breathing. If you can just imagine this subject to, you're going into these houses and you're talking to sellers and you're willing and dealing, and then you want to make sure you get the right language, because you better not go in there and be like, Miss Smith, we can buy your house subject to. I promise you won't be in business long if you do that. Anybody know what's going on with that something in the water thing? That's it's something in the water. It's raining. That's what's in the water down here. It's pouring down. So we're buying subject to taking over existing debt to the buy. That way we're the new owner. Once you buy this house, remember, a sale is nothing but a piece of paper. I don't have no. When a homeowner sells their house, it's nothing but them deeding you the house. All of the crap that we've wrapped around it with financing is something that's in addition to selling the house. All right. So we're buying subject to taking over existing debt. How do we do that before we can even get out of it? How do we do that? We do that by putting the house in a land trust, or for you crazy people up north, Pennsylvania, New York, a couple other states, a revocable living. This thing is really getting on my nerves. Is that making that sound for y'all too? A revocable living trust. I'm sorry, revocable grantor. I'm bugging. Revocable grantor trust. Excuse me, class. Oh, this is a better pen right here. Revocable grantor trust. We're just granting. They just grant the grantor, putting it into trust. All right. How do we buy houses? We take over the existing debt. We put them in a land trust or a revocable grantor trust. Period. Class. It's simple. You know what? When I wake up in the morning, I think that, but I'm doing this tonight just because I'm glad that the word is getting out. When the realtors start calling me, emailing me, I'm like, you know what? Your boy is doing something. And I'm like, I'm crying, dude. I'm so happy that realtors are getting out of this whole getting the buyer, going to the bank, getting them qualified. That is so, what is it? 80/20. That's so 20%. The 80% of the deals are going on right here. I promise you. My mentor has over 100 of these joints. I mean, I don't have anywhere close to that, but I got enough though. I don't want to say enough, but Judge, I've got some. Okay, so we're taking over the existing debt, putting the house in a land trust. Now we're the owners of the land trust. And remember last night I was talking about that realtor out in California. Uh, shoot. We are the beneficiary. We are beneficiary of the trust. We are the beneficiary of the trust class. We don't sign anything. Who signs all the paperwork? Oh man, let me erase this. I don't want to get you confused. Who signs all the paperwork? I'm gonna stick with my land trust. You can do your own research on what it's called in your state, because I'm not an expert on that. Trustee signs docs. I have not signed docs at one of my closings since 2010, family. I haven't signed closing statements since 2010. It's going on 10 years for me, all right? So your trustee goes in there. So the problem is most professionals in real estate, when you have your trustee show up, like today, we put a house under contract today, right? My trustee's calling me like, Chris, did you, am I supposed to sign this right now? I'm like, thanks for calling me and letting me know. We don't sign anything. We don't even sign a purchase and sale agreement, class. We don't even sign that. So when you're dealing with people that don't quite understand, it is your burden. It's your burden, just like it's mine, to kind of walk them down. But we don't do seminars. I'm not doing any more seminars. Like right now, you're receiving me. You're receiving this word, and thank God. I'm just God, give me the strength and the meditation of my heart to be empathetic to the people that don't quite understand how this thing is working. You know, golly, those words came out. That was pretty cool. Be empathetic. So when realtors and other professionals and even title companies and attorneys, I'm dealing with attorneys that we're going over this stuff with now. I can't believe it, man. It's like I can't believe this is the shoes that I'm walking in. You know, where I'm talking to experts in the business, licensed attorneys, accountants. You know, we're talking about that IRA stuff and substitution of collateral. Matter of fact, I'll do a little bit of substitution of collateral real quick before I get out of here. Empathetic, yeah, empathy. Thinking, not thinking less of yourself, thinking of yourself less. Good gracious. I don't think of myself at all. I walk outside the door every day. How can I serve? Okay, so we're buying it. This is what we want to buy. We're getting it in there, putting it in a trust. And this doesn't require any bank financing, class. You're taking over the existing debt, you know? So period. How do we sell? So we got that. Oh, if you got some questions. Yeah, I'll do once again, I'll do questions at the end, class. I love the Q&A is my favorite time of the day. I'm waking up in the morning like gotta do Q&A today. I can't even get started till I do Q&A. Class. You know I got my cosmopolitan. Your boy gotta get my Cosmo. Oh, what you asked? What's in my Cosmo? Yeah, I'm glad you asked. My cranberry, citron vodka, triple sec. Got to get your lime, and then you got to get your lime zest. Get that little thing where you scrape the lime, get it in there. Talking about a good drink. And then water. Water. All right, so you're in it, right? You're in it over here. Why do we put it in the trust, class? I don't want you on title. I don't want your company name on title. Why do I not want that? Because as soon as some creditor or predator sees what you own, they're gonna come knocking at your door. Okay, they're gonna be like, "What up, homie? What you got?" So, okay, you got that down. And obviously, I'm doing a crash course right now because I have to do this. When people email me, I'm like, "Did you see the video last night?" I just covered that. We just covered that, so it's easy for me just to kind of point of reference after I create the framework for tonight, where I can just shoot that over to them, and it makes my life easier. They can just hit play and see how it goes. So we sell on lease options, right? We sell on lease options. Remember, your boy loves my fence, right? You got your lease over here, and you're not round up family. You're not gonna get this the first time. It took me 4 years to understand this crap. So you're not gonna get it the first time. You're gonna have to see this stuff Just like me with internet marketing. I like the internet marketing for 7 years until I finally got it. Like one day, just I'm like, I'm gonna do it like this. Tried it, shit blew up. Shit blew up. That's why you're here tonight, because it blew up. All the blew up. Okay, so when we're set on a lease option, we have two rights in real estate. We have two rights. What? You screaming? What are you screaming for? What is the dog eating? Why is the dog eating apple? Princess?
Why are you looking at me?
Because you in there with them and feeding the dog with an apple.
I give her a
When the dog's teeth rot out, as long as you pay the insurance for the dog, that a dog got insurance. Bang! Got insurance on the dog. Well, I guess the dog got insurance, so. Welcome to your boy's life. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Okay, so don't forget, we have two rights, or at least when you're the owner of a property, you have rights, obviously. We have quiet enjoyment, which is AKA possession, and we have disposition. Man, my brain's firing slow today. We got possession, disposition. What does that mean? I'm glad you asked. Possession just means that you get to come and go as you please. Quiet enjoyment, for instance, it's kind of like the rental property that I own right now. I can't go over there and put the key in the door and go in there and start to chill, right? I can't go in there and chill, but I get to do it at my house, right? I can come in my house and chill, but I can't come in my rental property. So I'm gonna get to your questions in a minute, class. Around that family, you know I love you. So we got possession is quiet enjoyment, allows you to come and go unobstructable. No one can obstruct you from coming and going, or you can call the man, right? They'll come and help you get inside. And disposition, how is the property going to be disposed of? How is it going to be disposed of? Man, I am going to say this until I die. I'm going to just be repeating this stuff over and over and over until I die, till you get it. All right, and then prayerfully you get it. I'm not selling you nothing. Your boy's not selling you nothing tonight. I'm just selling you some game for the free. Okay, so being an owner, we get to transfer or sell these rights to other people. What do we do when we rent a property, right? We sell the possession of the property. That's the unobstructable right to come and go, quiet enjoyment to come inside and enjoy the house quietly. We sell that to our tenant, right? So over here, we got this the fence. So the lease allows you to have possession. All right, your lease document. Oh man, I could have went over the whole subject to document. I don't have enough time in a day to do that. If you need the subject to documents here, you got my email. Uh, what is it? Chris buys houses at Gmail. If you get lease, allows you to. Oh, okay. The lease allows one to have possession. So the tenant has possession, right, on the on my rental properties. I don't have possession. I can't come over there, right? What have I done? I have traded that right for in exchange for a dollar amount. This is the value that I've gave my tenant. The value. I can't hear y'all. You're good. It doesn't come in. It is, Chris. I'm doing it for free, man. I'm not charging nothing tonight, my friend. I don't mean these live things don't make too much. The money comes in when I do a video that's recorded. That's where the real money comes in, but not on live stuff. All right. So lease gives me possession. That is one tool. And then the option gives you what? You guessed it, disposition. I could have probably wrote this one time down here. So being the owner, we get to retain both. Like at my house where I live now, I get possession and I get disposition. I get to come and go as I want, and I get to sell it whenever I want, right? Even though I'm not on title. That's going back to the trust. My trustee has a fiduciary duty to honor what the beneficiaries of the trust want to do. Okay, so On a lease option, one document or one tool gives you possession. You can trade that away to your tenant. And then the disposition, you can trade that away too if you're the owner. So we trade that away by using an option. You give them an option to buy. So later down the line, so once we sign the option with this, with our tenant buyer on a lease option, it's unilateral. Unilateral means I can, I have to sell them the property, but they don't have to buy it. They have the option to buy it. Let me repeat that: is unilateral. Unilateral meaning one way. It's one sided, which is usually not good in real estate. But you don't necessarily care because when you do an option, you're getting a big down payment, right? Except if you're like me, you're doing ugly release options, so you're only getting a small down payment. So options are unilateral, unless you're doing a flex option or what I like to call a double option, where you can have the option to sell and the option to buy. Now I don't want to fry your brain too hard. Good gracious, I don't want to fry your brain, but there are options in real estate where I have the option to buy and the seller has the option to sell, and those are not unilateral. So most options, class, stay with me. I don't want you to fall asleep on me. What you got? Oh, career day. I got to do this, babe. Career day at school, class. I got to get an entrepreneur. Babe, is it too late for me to register for this? I got to be there, man. Class, I'm gonna be the only entrepreneur going to career day. Do they even know what entrepreneurs are in school? I mean, we need to teach us stuff, man, especially the internet. Okay, so the owner is trading away both of these on a lease option. So you got it there, class. So we buy subject to, we sell lease option using land trust. You got that? If you do, give me a thumbs up in the thing there if you got that. I mean, I'm not asking you to master it tonight, but don't forget, give me a thumbs up too in the video description. Class, this is cool. So the last thing I told you I'd cover real quick, we're selling on a lease option. We've traded both of our rights. So once we get that option with our tenant buyer, oh yeah, when I say it's unilateral, say if I sign my option to sell it to that buyer, right? If I'm the owner, you have the option to buy my house between May 2019 and May 2020, okay? Or 2025, whatever. I can't go out and sell that to somebody else because I've already traded this right away for a down payment, right? That would be very, very unethical to do. But some people do, and that's how you get hemmed up. That's how you get hemmed up with doing those sandwich lease options. Because you got a down payment. Let me tell you the worst thing about sandwich lease options, right? You buy on a lease option and then you sell on the lease option, right? So your tenant buyer has given you a big down payment. And then the option or the lease, the seller, the owner, something happens to him and he decides he doesn't want to do business with you, and then you can't provide that disposition to your end buyer, you're in trouble. Or say if your lease option, your seller gets $1 million IRS lien, you're just in trouble. You're in trouble. Okay, substitution of collateral. I told you I covered that one too. Good God, you guys are you're getting a lot here tonight. You're getting a lot. I never forget when Greg Penio taught me substitution of collateral. You might need to go get you some coffee for this one. I'm getting ready to. You know what? I can't take credit for this stuff. Substitution of collateral. Somebody's been asking for the substitution of collateral. Is that one L? Damn, I put two L. I gotta lay off the. Is it one L? Am I spelling it right? Somebody back me up, Daniel or what up, Earl? Daniel or Chris? Am I spelling right things right here tonight? Collateral. All right, we got a house, right? Don't forget, when you're doing the presentation, try to do triangles, squares, and circles if you can do that. Daniel, thank you, my brother. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. I'm rocking and rolling tonight. Thank you for your love offering, Daniel. You know I love you, my brother. Okay, I just did, matter of fact, I did two of these this year. Now, this only works. This only works if your lender knows what the hell he's talking about. This only works if your lender knows what they're talking about. It's not going to work with a Wells Fargo or with a Bank of America, none of that crap. It usually works good with private lenders. It works the best. So let's say you have a house here, right? And you owe, well, let me tell you how I did it. The first time I did it, I couldn't believe I did it. So I bought a house, right? I think I paid 106 for it, right? But the seller owed like 80. So I asked them the magic. First of all, we have to get into it, right? We're going to try to get owner financing. And here's the script for owner financing. Miss Smith, you know what? I want to buy your house, but I want to buy your house. Crazy. Miss Smith, I'm going to buy your house actually, but I got to go out and borrow 106,000. I'm going to just get a bank loan. Is that okay with you? Sure, they don't care. Well, Miss Smith, you know the bank's going to ask me to put down a 10% down payment. And I don't mind doing that, but to be frank with you, I would much rather just borrow it by you. I would much rather just borrow it from you. I'm going to have to borrow it from somewhere to put it down, right? I would much rather borrow that 10% from you, Miss Smith. And we can give you a lien against the property that you already know and love. We can give you a lien against the property that you already know and love. I'd much rather borrow it from you and pay you 6% interest as opposed to paying somebody that you don't know or some other institution. Because I'm going to have to borrow the 90% and the 10%, right? The bank's going to make me, and repeat that, the bank's going to make me put down a 10% down payment, Miss Smith. I'm going to borrow that from somebody and pay them 6%. I would much rather just borrow it from you based on the value of your property that you already know and love. You think that might work for you? I'd rather just pay you the 6%. So what I did here was I bought it for 106. I think I borrowed 13,000, I believe it was. So I had to bring, shoot, my math is terrible. 106 minus 1393. So I borrowed 93 and I had a second on here. So my first deed of trust was 106. My second deed of trust was 13K, and this was seller. So I got 100% financing on this one, actually, class. Oh man, I see the numbers going up when you start talking about substitution of collateral. Good God. It's so crazy. Stuff works too. But you got to do this. Flap your lips. Ain't going to work if you ain't talking. So I bought the property, right? Fixed it up, did whatever I wanted to do. Went out, I sold it for, I sold this one for 153. It was a duplex. So I was getting ready to go to closing. I don't know how much profit I was going to make. It's irrelevant. But let me show you how this thing works. So the seller had a second deed of trust. Follow me, class. What we want to do here is, damn, so much to teach you. We didn't even talk about cross collateralization. We're just talking about substitution of collateral. Now we gotta get to cross collateralism. Oh, man, so much to teach you. It is two L's. Okay, I messed it. I had it right then. Sorry. Thanks, Daniel. Thank you, my brother. You be my spelling teacher. So what we're gonna do is substitute the collateral that's on this property to another property, class. All right. Let me break that down for you one time. What we're doing here is we're gonna substitute the collateral on this property to another property. What we're literally gonna do is take the chessboard. Here's your chess players up here. We're gonna take the chessboard and move it in your favor. All right, follow me, class. So I sold this house, right? And I bought another house. Right? So I'm getting ready to buy, or it could be on a rental property that, matter of fact, no, I was buying another house. So I took this $13,000 when I was closing on it, and opposed to the $13,000 going to the seller, class, this $13,000 goes to who? Goes to your boy. Goes to your boy, class. Oh my goodness gracious. Can you imagine how this works? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna take this second, let's here's the deed of trust right here, right? This deed of trust is going to be transferred over here. Is at 13,000. Oh yeah, say you're buying this for 100,000, right? So when you're selling this to buy this, or let's say you could already own it. It doesn't even matter. It's irrelevant. Let's say you already own a house. This when you sell it, you get the $13,000 cash, but you substitute this collateral here, the note, and you move it over here to another property. So when I'm going to buy that, I sold this property. Literally, I walked out of there with an additional $13,000 cash for me. We get the money, they get the security on the property. Now, it's irrelevant. It's irrelevant that the cash is irrelevant because they don't have any cash here anyway. They're getting the income stream from you paying the monthly payment, right? So the seller, I'm going to keep making my payment on the 13,000 because I agreed to make those payments, right? All I'm doing is moving the note over to another property class, and they keep getting those payments. They keep getting the payments. You're substituting the collateral. Now you could buy this, whatever. It's a new. This can either be a new purchase or rental property. I can't remember if I think I was buying a new house. So you go to closing and you get your profit and you get the 13,000 from that note because they still have their security on another property, right? So you just keep making a payment, but you get the cash. All right. So I got this $13,000 cash. Just keep making those payments. And when I look back, it was not a great move because I'm still paying interest on this. I tried to contact my seller, my note holder, to see if she'd take a discount. She said, she wouldn't do it. So that didn't work. But there are two things you got to put in your note, which are in my deeds of trust. In my deeds of trust, when I set this stuff up, see if I can remember this. Two things you got to have. Collateral must have equal equity. This goes in the documents that you're going to give to your owner financing attorney or title company that writes this all up, writes it all up. Bridget, you're liking this one? This, and when I'm driving my car when I found out about this. I'm like, you mean I could sell the house, get the money, and move the note to another house? Oh, let me repeat what. I don't even think you might not. I can get the money when I sell the property, take the deed of trust or the mortgage, so that hopefully you understand that, and take that mortgage and move the mortgage to another house, but I get the money? You bullshit. You bullshit. You know, I couldn't believe you could do that, man. And I did it. I mean, I walked in there with a release, with a new deed of trust, moved it over. Seller was happy. They didn't even care because all they want is that monthly income. So your note and your deed of trust has to have two clauses in it, which is why I sell my owner financing documents. I mean, I'm not selling them tonight, but I sell the other one is, has to have equal equity. I can't remember the exact language, either that or equal cash flow. So this is the language that's in your notes when you go to move it over, because you don't want to put your lender or your seller at risk, right? Because you need them to have equity in it. Because if they have to take it back, you don't want to give them an over leveraged house, right? You don't want to give them an over leveraged house. All right, shit. How long have I been on here? It's been 30 minutes messing with y'all tonight. It's been 30 minutes messing with y'all. Class, I don't see but 12 likes on here. I'm over here working. I'm prostituting my body for you. I could be over there chilling with the fam. I'm explaining this stuff to you that I've learned since 2004. Yes. Any questions for the night? Any questions for your boy? Let me get some water. I'll be right back. Let me get some water. Anybody want to come on? Throw your email address in there if you want to go over some deals real quick. And collateral, I mean, your brain just starts to fire. Daniel, thank you, dog. Thank you. I'm working. Come on, I'm working. I'm working for it. I'm working for it. I feel like you drop it like at the show. I'd like to drop money on it when the people singing. I like to drop it on there. This is my entertainment. This is as opposed to being writing songs and stuff. Well, I used to be making beats with artists, but now this is kind of like my little swag, being able to put real estate together. But just imagine when your mind starts to think about collateral. Like I've got a lender now, right? I got to run. I have a lender that I own a house over here. That's an ugly house. Sorry, y'all. Let me do this right. I have another property. Triangle, square, square, circle. I have a lender. He had 22,000, right? So what I did was I put his 22K over here as a note on this house. So he secured there. I used the money on one of my renovations over here. I didn't want to put him on here. When you understand how security and collateral works, man, you can move stuff around, satisfy a loan here, move it to another property, get the money back. Especially when you're using IRA money. Good God, it's just unlimited, and everybody's secure because if I get hit by a bus, what do? They take my house. So your lenders, the good thing about being a lender or an investor, I don't want to say they can't lose is, but the question is, which way will they win first? Will they win by getting paid back from me with interest, or will they win by taking the house back from me? So when you give maximum value, remember last night we talked about the ultimatum theory. The ultimatum theory. Gotta understand this stuff, man. Gotta get a little bit of psychology in your mind. Ultimatum theory. You got two people, and I'm not a big psych person. You got two people, right? I know I talked about it very briefly, and I'm done after this. Let's see, you got this A, B. Money here, money there. Two complete strangers, right? And this is the research is around the world, from Africa to London to the UK to uh, Australia, around the world. They did it. You can look it up. Ultimatum theory. Person A and person B, right? Two strangers. We got $100 here, right? You meet two strangers in Central Park, wherever. You ask them. Person A decides how much money goes to each person. Person B decides whether they get the money or not. Let me repeat that. Person A decides how much goes is distributed. Person B decides whether they get it or not. So if person A gets too much money, then person B says, "Mm-mm, I ain't trying to hear that. I ain't trying. If you gonna get if you're gonna get more money than me, then none of us get anything. There's a certain number. I can't remember what the number is, but if it's 50-50, like 50 bucks him, 50 bucks A, 50 bucks B, then B is cool with that. I'm cool with that. But when it gets down to the like 70-30, if you have $100 and person A is getting 70 and B is getting 30, person B is like, you know what? I'd rather get nothing to see you get $70. So I don't know exactly what the number is. You can Google it and see. Ultimatum theory is so crazy. But I'm saying that to say when you are borrowing money from people, you need to be giving them maximum value. You need to be on the short end of the stick, right? Give them a bunch of equity. So if something happens, they can liquidate the house. You need to give them a high rate of return. You need to make sure that you bring some money if you can, which now I can. Sometimes I will, sometimes I won't. But you need to give them we're talking about this equation here. You need to be the person on the short end of the stick. See, what's good about the more you give, if you're like getting people look at you like, man, you're only getting that. They're happy to give you even more. So it's like I'm giving you so much value. Okay, class, just like right now, I'm pouring into you. It's 11. What is it? 10 o'clock at night. I'm just pouring out. The more you give. All right, I'll do some quick Q&A class. Anybody want to come on? 30% of something. D Howard, what up, dog? Thank you for your love offering, my friend. So yeah, that ultimatum theory. Oh, shit, can't remember the name of it. Got it that quick. Ultimatum theory, yeah. Ultimatum theory. You got to know this stuff. You got to know this stuff. Class. And I didn't create this crap. I've just been studying it forever. Like, why do people get? I studied a book. I can't remember the name of the book. Why do some people get? It's almost like you remember that movie. It's kind of like 8 Mile when Eminem comes out there and just bashes himself. He already dogged himself out, right? So the other MC didn't have anything else to say to him. He already turned the tables around. So I urge you to do that with your ultimatum theory. Keep it in mind when you walk out the front door in the morning class. What am I giving? How can I turn the tables, stack it so much in my society's and my community's favor that they have to give you? It's like the person that needs nothing gets everything, right? So cool. All right, let's do this. What Q and anybody want to come on? If I see your email here, I'll bring you on. We'll talk about a deal. Class, my roundup family. Tunstall, am I going to any of the? No, I'm not. I ain't going out there. Them fools acting crazy, man. I tried to go through the tunnel and it was backed up all the way to the Coliseum. Oh yeah, Daniel, I got to do that. Princess, did she set up the PayPal?
Oh,
Your brother's wife. I could get her link. Class. My wife's brother is. He's got stage 4 cancer. He's doing very bad. I'm gonna see if I can get a PayPal link for her. I'm starting right now. I'm gonna donate $200. Yeah, that's in the picture. He's in the hospital right now, like just coughing up blood and stuff, man. He's he is at the end. He's at the end. So I'm gonna see if I can get a PayPal link, but I'm gonna donate 200, whatever you like. I don't want to do one of those fundraisers online because they take so much. They take so much money. I'd rather just give it right to the lady. Daniel, thank you for reminding me of that, dude. I'm gonna see if I can get the PayPal link and just so you guys, if you want to donate, I'd like to raise $1,000 for it if I can tonight. But I would do Daniel. I would do another one where I'm just coming on. Matter of fact, I guess what I taught you tonight will be worth whatever we'll give to her. That's a good one. Are they in Dallas? No, they're in Oklahoma. What city is it? Yeah, they're in Oklahoma City. I don't know if it's the water down. Arthur, hey, my friend. Hey, you on a plane? Arthur, this dude's on a plane watching the video. Holy cow! I am so honored. Jermon, you don't like mainstream thinking traditional brokers? Neither do I. But guess what? They're part of the equation, my friend. They're part of the equation, necessary evil. Because don't forget, they hold the lock and key to a lot of the buyers out there, and even buyers that can't qualify. Win twin. Before you say it to no, we don't want any kids. Oh yeah, I hear you on that. Daniel say he'll babysit, babe. I want to go out tonight too. I'm gonna go dancing. Bubba is the boss. We're working on Bubba's channel. I hope it's. Yeah, I forgot about that fundraiser. Damn, Daniel. I'm gonna try to get that PayPal link. No, I can put it right in there. I'm sure Daniel. I'm sure Grant Cardone has a trustee. You think he signs anything? TB Sweetie, hey, should we set up a trust in an LLC prior to looking for deals, or do it at the time of the deal? Uh, I don't know. You're gonna be pressed for time. I would probably, first of all, TB Sweetie, if I were you, I would first understand how they work. Get some education first, because when you get a deal under contract, you need to have that trust ready. Because once you put it, the trust is the buyer, so you're gonna have to kind of do it simultaneously. Williams, hey, Tamara, how do we get the realtors to see things from our side of the fence and not shut us down? Man, that's a hard one. Sometimes we had to let one go today, the one that I'm talking about out in California. We had to just back out. We didn't understand. Williams, it's not our job to teach these people this stuff. It is our obligation, but it's not our job. If you want to work with them, yeah, it's hard. Empathy, gonna have to be empathetic. It's almost like talking to a child, like, I'm sorry you don't understand this, but you have to get your point across. And what I kind of do, I'm like, listen, is it okay if we agree that both of us have different philosophies? Would you mind just kind of setting it up like this? And if we run into a brick wall from someone else, then we'll address it as opposed to us, you and I running into a brick wall and repeat that. Is it okay if we just give it a try? I agree that we do things differently. If we run into a problem from someone else, because really they're creating the problem between the deal, right? Let's wait for somebody else to tell us that it can't be done before we kind of, you know, don't even put it together. Kind of do like, because you at least try to put it together because they're not going to know. All the agents want to know is when are they getting their commission? TB Sweetie, you're getting it. Your brain's starting to get it. Thank God. Tunstall, if a property is a reverse mortgage, what is the process to get the property? Well, unfortunately, most reverse mortgages have a protocol that they listed with a broker or an agent, and they're not going to take a discount for several months. We made an offer on one today. So, Chris, free, I get paid. Not too much, not tonight. These little videos don't do well. Don't do much. TB Sweetie, do you have to be, you have to be, oh, yeah, have to be savvy. That's right. Get the deed. You're absolutely right. Jonathan, what up? What if the home has a lien against it and you put it in a lease option? Mm, you're gonna have to deal with that when you go to get out of it, Jonathan. I don't care. Don't forget, a lien is just a mortgage. Could be a creditor. Could be some type of IRS tax problem. Could be a real estate tax thing. It could be all type of stuff. It's just somebody put a lien against the house. So you're gonna have to deal with that on a lease option. But a subject to, you wouldn't have to deal with that. And you know what's weird? The due on sale clause. I got another question about that today. You know, entrepreneur. uh, my mentor, a couple of my mentors have been doing it since the 90s. So that's 30 years. Them two put together. Then I've been doing it since 10, so that's 9 years for me. So that's 40 years of subject twos. None of them had a loan call. I would say you'll be okay. Elizabeth Building and Loans. Yeah, they do homes here. Jonathan, do I have to disclose if you know of the liens? Absolutely. Don't forget, Jonathan, if you're buying on a lease option, selling on a lease option, you don't want to put this person in a bind, dog. You need to tell them what they're coming into. If you buy on a subject to, you pass that on to the tenant buyer saying, listen, this house was purchased subject to. They could call a loan. That way, they're signing that document. Earl Gordon, my brother, my dog, Daniel. Thank you so much for supporting me, my friend. Yeah, the Cosmo. That's probably why I couldn't spell tonight. Yeah, shit, man. As long as I get the point across. I love you too, my brother, my friend Chris. You're a businessman too, dog. You got it down. Fast mediator. Let me do that. Yeah, you need to mediate. Let me do that. Add you as mediator. Add moderator. You the moderator, Daniel. Thank you, my friend. Uh, truly gifted. So the seller will still be owed the 13,000, but you just transferred it to the next house. I'm a bit confused on this one. Yes. Did I erase it? That's right. You still just imagine you own your house, right? You're paying Wells Fargo $80 a month or whatever. But you take that loan, sell the property, but you get the money from the loan. You get that. Say you owed 100,000. You sold the house, you get the 100,000, but you transfer the mortgage to another property. So you keep the cash. You just keep paying them that $80 a month, but you got the money. Listen. Who asked that question? Truly gifted. Please don't beat yourself up, dude. Please don't beat yourself up. You will not get this stuff the first time. It'll take 2 times for you to hear it. Okay. Just rewind the video. I would recommend you what I did on land before I understood land trust. I just listened to I listened to the stuff morning, noon, and night till I got it. I'm like, I finally got it. Yes, you still owe the loan. Absolutely. You just got the money. Uh, so it's truly gifted says so it's not a regular lien where you have to pay it off upon the sale of the house. Well, let's talk about what is a regular lien. Remember, I told you about the language you have to put in your lien or the lien that you borrow from people. This was a seller finance lien. So I was able to move it because it had equity to the new house I was buying. But you're not going to be able to do this with a traditional mortgage. So get it out your mind. It ain't going to work. Dang, you too much. Oh yeah, get my likes up. Good gracious, get my likes up. Tunstall, doesn't the loan agreement have to say it can be transferred to another property? Well, you have the yeah. Some I can't remember all the language. It's in my deeds of trust. I don't know if you got them, but it's in there. Property can be transferred if certain qualifications are met, and those qualifications are that. Earl Gordon, you waiting for the next one? Yeah, Earl. Today, I got the title search came in today, my dog. So I'll be getting in touch with you next week about that. It's going to be a new construction, sweetie. So I'm so quick to throw money at a problem. Got to learn to change my mindset. Use no, I think you should use your money. I don't mind using my money. Oh, Daniel, you got something going on? Let me bring Daniel in. This dude is too much. Daniel, where you at? See what he doing tonight. If you got something we can go over, Daniel. I don't know if you got a deal or not. D. Howard, thank you so much for your love offering, my friend. Thank you. Thank you. T. Tunstall, in doing a sub to collateral, doesn't the first loan agreement have to say that it can be? Oh, we did that one already. Rip off and duplicate. Yeah, that's cool. Duplicate it. Take it. Eskia 1, should I sign my quitclaim deed like this? Member for Favorite 1 LLC. I'm not sure about that. I don't know what you're quit claiming. I don't know what you're quit claiming. I would need to know a lot more. If you want to come on, we can talk about that. Philip, hey Philip. Philip Donald, where you at, guys? Put your city in here. I want to know where your state. Who pays the mortgage on the subject too? You do, my friend, until you sell it. Always do that. D. Howard, how do I put an offer on a reverse mortgage property if the person has died? Yeah, you're gonna have to wait till it gets to the broker, my friend. Unfortunately, you gotta wait till it goes to the broker. Okay, class, I'm done then. No more questions. I'm getting up out of here. I love you. I'll see you on Monday. Who do I have Monday? I've got a Section 8 representative that's going to be talking to you about all types of stuff with government housing, how you set it up, rent reasonableness, so much stuff. All right. I'll talk to you later, class. I'll see you on Monday, maybe tomorrow. I want to do that fundraiser, but just watch out. I'm going to send out an email. When I get that PayPal link, I'm just going to come on here and just, oh, yeah, Rosanna will be coming on. I'm going to come on here and see if I can raise a quick $1,000 for my wife's brother. He's very bad cancer. Okay, class. Love you. Peace.